Good morning, Red Bluff and Tehama County. My name is Amanda Jenkins from the Tehama County Economic Development Program, and we have Mandi Sylvester from M&S Web Design, and we have Tim and Haley Bridwell from Bridwell Pro Rodeos. So we're going to learn a little bit about what they do today, and we're going to feed some bulls and some more fun stuff later. So first, can you guys tell me a little bit about what you do here?
Well, so we're professional rodeo stock contractors, and our job is to provide the highest quality of stock that we can raise or get our hands on to put on professional rodeos, and we do rodeos up and down the West Coast here in the United States.
Awesome. So can you tell me a little bit about the horses behind us here, like and the ones out there? Just anything you.
Right. Okay. So these are the bucking horses, or
Okay.
a part of the bucking horses that you'll see at our rodeos, and in fact these are the higher end ones. These are kind of our best ones, you know, and they're up here in a different pen because they're getting a different type of feed ration to keep them in the best shape that we can, to keep them bucking as well as we can, because at the end of the day they're athletes, right? And so they have to be in tip-top shape in order to perform to the level that we need them to.
Awesome.
Can you tell me how many of these animals you took to the NFR this last year?
Well, of this group right here,
Or just your animals?
well, every one of these went. But yeah, we took 10 head total. Yeah, so we took, what did we take? 7 horses and 3 bulls. And hopefully every year we can better that or match that. And so we're pretty, I think, fairly solid as far as NFR stock goes. Obviously everybody that's in the rodeo business, that's their goal. That's the standard. You want to take as much there as you can. But as we all know that you can't, it's not always, I don't know how to say it perfectly politically correct, but it's sometimes politics plays into it, and sometimes you take a little more or a little less than you probably should. And so for us, our main deal is that we're happy and we do the best job that we can with our stock, and they perform well, so that when we go to the rodeos, the committees are happy, the fans are entertained, and the cowboys ultimately have an animal that they can win money on and have a good chance to place.
Awesome. So, and Haley's a rodeo secretary as well. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what other aspects of the rodeo you guys actually are involved in as well?
Absolutely. So at a lot of our rodeos, we provide the stock, obviously, but we also provide a lot of personnel. So whether it be secretarial duties, whether it be timing duties, pickup men, bullfighters, we have the capabilities with our crew to do the whole production. So start to finish, we can do openings, we do merchandise, we can do concessions if we had to. We have a really well-rounded crew, which kind of complements the high standard of stock that Tim's put together for our business. So we like to say that we are an all-inclusive outfit. You know, we do a little bit of everything. We have really tried to put an emphasis on media relations this year, meaning that we're trying to get the media more involved with the behind-the-scenes stuff of our business, so that they can see the care and the other things that we do outside of the arena, if you will. So there's a lot that goes into getting these horses to the NFR. They're seen, these guys will actually all be seen here in a couple weeks at the Red Bluff Roundup, so
Awesome.
they will be featured there, so that's cool. But you know, there's a lot more that goes into it than just the 1 or 2 rodeos that you might think of. You know, there's a whole season of rodeos that they go to, but then it's care every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 all year long. So for the crew and the animals, it's a lifetime investment.
So I'm actually surprised we can stand in here with the horses. And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about, I think we have a piece of equipment over there that you're gonna, is it right over here?
Yeah,
And
look at some of the equipment.
that
So
actually gets the horses to bucks. So as you can see, we're in here with the horses, and they're
calm as can be.
Yeah, calm as can be, just hanging out. So let's find out how they get the horses to actually buck.
So yeah, as you can see, kind of the misconception with a lot of rodeo horses are they're wild and they do what they do because they're wild and they just don't know any better. These horses are actually bred and raised here on the ranch. And they're genetically, made to do what they do, and they love what they do. And so this is some of the equipment that they wear that keeps them safe and the rider safe. This is what we call a bronc halter. So this is what they wear on their head, if you will. And it's meant to be able to for the pickup men who come in after the contestant's completed his ride, they'll use this to kind of secure the horse and to slow him down and kind of help him find where he's going. And if something were to happen, it's a safety mechanism for people to get a hold of so that they can actually get the rider to safety as well. So that's the bronc halter. And then this is really kind of the most misunderstood piece of equipment in our rodeo business. This is called a flank. It actually goes around the flank, or what would be on a human, the waistline of an animal. It clips on, and it's what we would consider a tickling mechanism, if you will. It kind of is like the starting blocks. Tim will be on the back of the bucking chutes. It's put on, it's adjusted to fit the waistline of the animal, because as we all know, not all waistlines are the same.
Right.
So we put it around him. This strap is pulled so that it triggers the bucking sensation, and they buck. When they're done, it's tripped and it comes off. There is nothing sharp or electric in it.
And we're gonna put
And
it
we're
on
gonna
me
actually
so that you
wear
can
it.
see.
It's the latest and greatest in fashion. It will be debuted in Milan later next year.
I'm going to Milan. I had no idea. I'm so excited.
Yeah, so yes. Yeah, so it's actually a fleece-lined piece of leather, so that it doesn't pinch or hurt any of the animals, any of the horses.
And can you just see how close these guys are over here?
Can we pet them? Or maybe
they
not.
They might. That's Juggernaut right
Probably
here.
not with
Not
that.
with this on.
Oh, they don't care.
Oh,
They
okay.
know, they're very intelligent. Horses are by nature very intelligent animals. And,
Yeah, he's
Not
saying
sure.
no way.
so the guy, and I don't know if you want to show him, but see the guy with the white face, you see the scar on his nose? His name's Capone.
Capone.
Capone, yeah. And then we have Indian Burn right back here. And this is Juggernaut and Beaver Bend.
Those
So
are great names.
they're
love it.
they're just like people. They, we tell people all the time, just as no 5 humans are the same, neither is the 5 bucking horses. So they all have personalities. They all have likes, dislikes. They're all, their own. He's very curious but very cautious.
This thing's really cozy, if
Is
you
it?
guys wanted to
Is
know.
it? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be really good on an airplane.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
sleep so soundly.
I think it's time for us to
Alright.
put the feet out. The bulls are hollering.
All right,
Can you hear
let's
them
go.
hollering?
Here, I'll give that to you.
So we're gonna go feed some bulls.
Woohoo! I'm so excited.
You can hear them calling us.
And just so you guys know, the reason we're not live right now is the reception's a little iffy, and this was gonna be such an awesome video, and we're doing such cool things that I did not want to mess it up by just doing a live and it cutting out halfway through. So that's why we're not live. But
Here in
It's
beautiful
gonna be-
Tehama County.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Get on the feed wagon.
Sean, why don't you come and ride back with us for a second so you can hear if Amanda asks any
Should
questions.
let's see. Come on up, Sean.
Yeah.
Our lovely cameraman, Sean, doing so good. So good. So are these specific bulls that we are feeding, are they going to be at the rodeo here?
These guys, these bulls will be at the Red Bluff Roundup, and
Awesome.
they 2 have been at the NFR.
Oh, wow.
A handful of them. So they're actually back waiting in the wings because of their size and their aggression at times, especially during feeding. It is safer for us to get them out of the pen before we feed them. But
Hey, Sean, can you show the bulls coming over here?
in the guys in the next pen are actually. Hey, I think these guys should go. I think they should probably feed.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Sean, here's the deal. Why we like to put their feet out with the bulls outside of the pen, and then we'll let them back to feed. And the reason why is because they get a little protective of it, and there's a good chance that you could get hooked. So we'll have her feed the bulls.
Really heavy.
Here, do you want help?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Just being a baby.
We'll just go dump it.
So
in
you need
there.
to put about 8 pounds in each pail.
Oh, okay.
And I'm helping by
Pounds.
supervising.
Haley, just tell me when, because
Okay. Okay. Here, let me help you. Here, do this. Okay, let me show you how to properly.
Okay, apparently I was doing it wrong.
For girls,
for girls like us that aren't necessarily quite as strong, because we don't believe in there's no such thing as girls and boys around here. We just all do the work. So grab with this hand. It's kind of got a little handle there, and then pick it up and just kind of tuck it under your arm. Okay.
There we go.
And
Look at
that's
that.
probably plenty. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So there. And there. Oh, this is so much easier. All right. I do feel like, okay, there we go.
I am glad the bulls are on the other side of the fence because.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Hard work, guys. This is a great workout.
It's like CrossFit of a different variety.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, every morning and every morning they get the grain, and then at night they get their hay. And like we were saying, these guys are all in different groups. The bulls we try to keep in their friend groups, if you will. They get along better with one another. It helps them stay on a more consistent feed ration. It's good stuff, guys. Okay.
Is this the last one? I can dump it all.
Yeah.
And so Tim's been involved here in Tehama County with the horses for several years. When did you decide to start having bulls as well?
So about a year ago, we transitioned. Tim came to work for John Growney in 2005 after a bull riding injury, and he worked, and I had actually worked around the rodeos for all my life, and so we were very familiar with the rodeo business. And as John decided to gradually enter into semi-retirement, he needed someone to come in and to fulfill the obligations to the rodeos that he had. So Tim and I started our own company as kind of a branch off of John of Growney Brothers and John's company, and we went all in, and here we are. We're kind of the new brand in town, I guess, if you will, but yet we've both been around rodeo all of our life and have done this and stuff. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so it's a work in progress, and we're proud to represent Red Bluff and Tehama County, and to take these animals and the name of Red Bluff all over the country, and spread the word about what a great place this is.
Awesome. Well, thank you for representing us all over the country. It's awesome.
yeah.
All right, let's
All right,
go check
so
out
what
another
are we-
horse, I
okay.
think, as
You guys
we're.
will get on the wagon. I'll let
Okay.
you know.
Oh, no, the bull's out. So excited.
You guys are
We're
welcome.
gonna go ahead
for
and get out of the
feeding
way
you.
here.
We'll get on the wagon and let them come in, and they'll get a little up and close look at them.
And then Haley, you talked a little bit about the feed. Were we gonna go look at that, or do you want to tell us about how much you go through? Like how many of these bags a week or something?
Yeah, we can run up there, but we go through a lot of feed and stuff. We'll run by there and take a peek at the feed room, and so people can get an idea of just how much.
Oh, here come the bulls.
Oh, here they go.
Yeah, here they come.
I don't want to get in the way of this.
No.
Oh, here they come. No more fence, guys. We are no longer secured by a fence.
So this this is
Oh, we're running out
you
here.
can look at these guys. The big white spotted bull with the big horns. That is one of our favorites. That's Hunter X Helmet's Boot Hill, and he went to the NFR last year. This little guy back here, slow, and he's a grouchy little fella. His name's Who's That?
So how do you come? You gotta explain that name. That's an interesting name.
So the little guy looking at us with the black nose, walking behind the Red Bull. His name is Who's Bad News. And so they come from, when we talk about the genetics of these animals being bred to buck and to do what they do, there was a famous bull called Houdini. And so these bulls come from the lineage of the Houdini bloodline. And so they represent that bloodline in their name.
Awesome.
A lot of when we name them, you're asking about how we name them, a lot of how we name these animals does come from their bloodlines and how they're bred. So we talked about Indian Burn in the other pen and Beaver Bend. Beaver Bend is actually a son of one of our most famous mares named Beaver Fever, who went to the NFR 11 times. And so you can kind of, if you follow the stock, you can kind of go, oh, okay, Indian Burns from Indian Summer, Beaver Bend was out of Beaver Fever, and so we kind of keep them in their families that way.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Show me a bag of feed real quick, babe.
Bag of feed. So while they're doing what they're doing, I'll just talk a little bit about what we're doing here. We're two Mandis on a mission. We're exploring local businesses, uncovering local gems in Tehama County. So if you have a business that you want us to come out to and learn about what you do, let us know. I think we're gonna go see another horse right now, I think.
I think so.
Haley's gonna take us off into the sunset or the sunrise, I don't know. One or the other.
And she's getting us closer to the bulls that don't have any.
Ah! Hello!
Okay, don't do anything like that'll. Why don't you?
We're not wearing red.
Right?
Yes. I think I want to be like Haley when I grow up. She's so cool. Oh man.
So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet for the Red Bluff Roundup,
Oh yeah.
some of the stock that we just saw, they're going to be highlighted there, and along with some, animals from several contractors in around.
Yep. And obviously we have the 11 days of roundup here, so that's going to be starting Tuesday. Actually, the chamber ambassadors go out and judge all the local businesses who have decorated for rodeo. So we'll be doing that, and then Thursday next week is Cowboy Coffee, and that kind of kicks off the 11 days of roundup in Red Bluff, and that's always a fun event. It's at Dodge this year, Red Bluff Dodge, and it's at 7:45 in the morning on Thursday. So make sure you come out to that. You'll find out who won the decorating contest. And then that's next Saturday is Chili Cook-Off, I think. And we're going to be doing our live from the judging area of the Chili Cook-Off. And it's the professional Chili Cook-Off that we're going to be judging. So it'll be lots of fun. And then the regular Chili Cook-Off with all the community contestants, they do a People's Choice. So it's like, is it still $5 to get the Chili Cook-Off ticket? Mm-hmm. And you get to come and eat chili and have a ton of fun.
And great vendors.
Yep.
And it's just a great family event.
Yes.
Hey, check out how beautiful it is here
Yeah,
at this ranch.
it's so nice. So nice.
This is here in Tehama County, folks.
Beautiful Tehama County, lots of land. Come move your business here, come live here. We love life in Tehama County. Woo!
All right. I wonder what Haley has in store
So
for us
excited.
now.
I think we're gonna check out how much feed they go through. I saw the pile in here earlier. It's absolutely crazy. All right.
Okay, so we're back to the feed room. We got to reload and get some more feed for the animals. And like that was the one thing we were talking about earlier. In order for any athletic program to be successful, you have to be on a nutrition plan. And so one thing that we like to show people all the time is the amount of feed that the animals go through. And this amount of feed right here is going to last us about 4 to 6 weeks. This is all we have left with it. So as you can see, quite a lot of
Tons of
feed.
So is
Literally.
this feed just for the bulls, or does the horses eat?
This is for horses and bulls.
Okay.
And we don't, in order to keep them all in their natural habitat, if you will, we don't keep all of the horses up here. There
Okay.
are about 80 more horses out in the field
Okay.
over there that we didn't really get that close to. The mares and the colts are actually out to the west of town a little ways, and so we like to keep the babies and the mamas kind of in their own little area and keep them in a quiet place so that they can grow and take good care of them and stuff. So and then we have younger animals that are coming up that we don't haul yet. They haven't made the big league, if you will. They're actually down south in Southern California, and there's about probably 100 of them that are younger that just don't they're just too young to send to the rodeos just right now. So
Okay.
Yeah, so
Awesome. Was there anything else we were going to see before we visit the pony?
I think we need to take a ride around the ranch and get you girls on a horse.
Yeah.
Girl stuff.
So excited.
Well, I have the hat and I'm so ready.
Yeah, perfect.
All
You're
right.
you're seeing the good and the bad and the ugly of the old rodeo business here.
Love it. All right.
Well, I'm trying not to have Sean get the back of me as I'm getting up on this trailer.
So while we're driving, we'll talk a little bit about some more events we have during the 11 days of Roundup. What's after the chili cook-off?
We have the Tough Enough to Wear Pink luncheon on
Yes.
Tuesday at the fairgrounds, and that's $15. You can purchase those online as well through the Red Bluff Rotary Facebook page, and those are $17.
Awesome. And then we have a cowboy mixer that takes place at Reynolds Ranch and Farm Supply, and that's a whole lot of fun. They do, of course, drinks, and it's who does the cattle women do? Are they doing tri-tip again?
Yep, they do.
Cattle women do
wraps and-
tri-tip. Yum yum. And then we do a rodeo parade the Saturday. After that, a cowboy golf tournament, all kinds of fun stuff. All right, let's go check this pony out.
Okay, so we're just staying on the wagon,
Oh, we're
and
staying on the
Haley's
wagon.
gonna bring this
pony to
horse
us.
or pony to us.
All right. So excited. I'm a little nervous too.
I kind of wanted to see you try to rope something.
Oh. Bareback riding, guys. I haven't been on a horse since I was probably 5, 6. I don't even know when we're gonna go bareback right now.
Okay.
Are you really getting on after me? I am.
Come here, pony.
a
This is
tad
Bandit.
Bit nervous.
Hi, Bandit.
All right.
Okay, well, we can just let Amanda go riding off into the sunset.
Here. Okay. All right. Bandit's like, what's happening?
Am I gonna spook him?
No.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. That's gonna be.
Hold on. Sorry.
Hold on. Okay, Bandit, get over here.
How am I gonna get off him? You're gonna lead me, right?
Oh yeah, I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll leave. We'll get him over here, Bandit. Bandit's like, I'm used to, I don't know what's going on here.
Aw.
Okay, come on. This is our kid's pony, so I know that he's okay.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
And we're gonna go ahead and just let Amanda get on there because I'm afraid that if we don't, that
Are
we
you ready?
might-
Okay, hang on right here to his mane.
All right. We're 2 Mandis on a mission. We are. Oh, I'm
Riding off into the sunset.
riding off into the sunset.